this headline. Thanks for tuning in to Hard News TV2. I'm your host, Terry Lynn, and this is the channel where truth is like archaeology, and every day we're digging for it. Today is July 1st, 2020, and this article is from 37 minutes ago from NBC New York. Rockland County probing new cluster uses subpoenas as people resist contact tracing. So we don't want to participate in this, even though they've downloaded the new app, COVID app on people's phones that nobody wanted. Now people are not cooperating with the contact tracers that are calling. So now their county is using subpoenas to force compliance. Now you know why they are emptying the jails and the prisons. Health officials are investigating a new cluster of 8 or more COVID-19 cases in Rockland County tied to a large party earlier this month. But they're running into trouble with contact tracing because people refuse to cooperate. I don't care, y'all keep refusing. The county plans to resort to subpoenas, and here comes the propaganda, as it did in measles outbreak some years ago. Do y'all remember anything about a measles outbreak and subpoenas involved? They're just putting that sentence in there to force compliance for the sheeple to say, oh, well, they've done it before. This is the first time in history there's been contact tracers involved and force compliance on something like we're in a communist country. The county plans to resort to subpoenas, as it did during its measles outbreak some years ago, to compel people to work with contact tracers as they work to contain a new potential outbreak. So they got your arm behind your back saying, do you want to go to court over this? Or do you want to just turn on your contact tracing? Do you want to answer the telephone? We're trying to kindly compel you to cooperate. Or do we need to twist your arm behind your back a little bit farther, harder? The party linked to the new potential cluster was the first of 3 large parties in Rockland County in the last 2 weeks. It was hosted June 13th by someone in New York City who was sick with coronavirus at the time. County officials said Wednesday that the host knew they were symptomatic and held the party anyway. Well, you know what? Why don't you go deal with the gay community and their bug chasing parties? No, I'm not trying to be a hate crime person. It says that person knew that they were carrying the virus and had it anyway. Okay, bug chasing parties. Okay. Bug chasing parties is when a person in the gay community has AIDS and know they have AIDS, and they basically have orgies to a bug chaser. One who is deliberately having unprotected anal sex in order to be infected with HIV. Okay? They have parties. Well, they'll go have orgies to see if who's gonna be the next one to get it. Okay? They are people that know that they've got a deadly disease, a deadly virus, and they're willingly giving it to other people. But y'all, I don't even believe this story right here, okay? But let's see, what about all the protesters after the incident with Mr. George? Okay, we didn't see anybody with mask on then, did we? We didn't see forced compliance for them to go into contact tracing. When we just saw this chop and chaz and burning down Minneapolis and Atlanta and protest and shutting stuff down, there were lots of people that didn't have a mask on. Or you think that those law-breaking protesters, do you think that they would comply with contact tracing? They're not worried about going after the criminals because they know the criminals aren't going to comply. They're worried about going after Mr. and Mrs. Do-Gooder, mom and dad, to force you into compliance and make your life uncomfortable. So I just wanted to bring out this. They are emptying the jails and the prisons for us law-abiding people that don't want our rights trampled on. Y'all leave me your comments below and let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.